Hey everybody, we're live.
We're live.
Yay.
We exist.
We exist. Well, welcome to the show, Allora Lee. I'm so excited. We've been like chatting for 15 minutes just nonstop.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I don't know.
I agree. I can't wait to see you at LitRPG Con or
Yeah,
Jordan Con. Are you going to Jordan Con?
I'm going to Jordan Con, yeah.
I'll see you at Jordan Con.
Yes, victory. Yeah. So we're only like a month away from meeting in person.
Yeah,
month and a half.
So close. Wow, that is very close. Actually,
Is like
I don't like that time works like that.
It's like right around the corner. Yeah.
I booked those tickets like 2 months ago. That time has done me a disservice.
Yeah. Do you have a booth at Jordan Con, or you
No.
going? Okay.
I'm just attending as an attendee. By the time my friend Jay, or Jay Krause.
Yeah.
By the time Jay had told me about it, I was like, it was too late. Everything was already.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll just attend. It'll be fun.
There's always next year too. This year's gonna be awesome. Brandon Sanderson's coming, and we've got Jay, myself. There's just a whole slew of authors that are coming. I should know them because I've been interviewing them, but yeah.
I'm just so excited to see everybody from the Discord in person, and then because LitRPG Con is still relatively far away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's nice to see everyone sooner.
Yeah, I feel like we need like something in the winter or the late fall, right? Like it's too far between LitRPG Con, or Dragon Con if people are going to Dragon Con and Jordan Con, right? We need something LitRPG in the fall.
Yeah.
So
I actually have a vendor booth at Dragon Con, as well as am an attending professional at Dragon.
Wow, how did you manage to get a vendor booth at Dragon Con? I thought the waiting list is like 6 years long or something.
It is. So my best friend's mom is like a traditionally published author in Romantasy. And she has had a booth at Dragon Con for like 15 years. And she does like a mini bookshop with a bunch of authors. And so she just let me be one of the authors in her bookshop.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Kudos to friends of your mom.
Honestly, she's the best. If anybody wants to check out C.L. Wilson, her Terran Soul series is amazing. Also, I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is knocking into the door stop for no reason. So sorry about that.
That sounds like a cat.
Yeah. I can't lock them out of this room because then they will meow to get in. I can't leave the door open because I'm not alone in my house. And now they're being destructive inside the room.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I've got a cat on my lap right now. I'm just waiting for her to just be a pain in the butt. Yeah. So it looks like we've got a few people here. We've got Gary, Jen, BJ. Yeah.
Hey, BJ. Oh, yeah, I'm Haho Santa.
Yeah. I was just, while you were talking, I was like posting to some of the Discords to let people know that we're live. So.
Oh, yes. This is the Otherworldly that has a Kickstarter.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Gary, I've already ordered it. So you're not going to be. Yeah. Here, hold on. Let me make your face bigger so that people can see this. Look at this.
Look how shiny it is.
Amazing. Yeah. I've already ordered it. Hey, Brian.
And then it opens up and there's
look at these maps. Show the back map.
Yeah.
Look at that. Boom. It is gorgeous. I'm looking forward to this.
So pretty. It is my baby. It is honestly the sexiest book I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It is a sexy book. Like I'm gonna put it on my shelf and it's just gonna like outshine everybody else.
Oh, I should show you the spine so you know what you're getting. Look at that. Look at that shine from the light.
Yeah. So go do the Kickstarter because you're gonna miss out if you don't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about Otherworldly. You get an achievement unlocked award from me because I one-shotted your book in one night, cover to cover, one night. I just couldn't put it down. I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m. Yeah.
That makes me feel so happy because I am just obsessed with Nora. Okay. She is my baby.
Yeah.
And she is sad girl magic, and I love that about her.
She is, yeah. We're gonna talk about how this book is different than other lit RPG books, but yeah, I love Nora. The book, well, we'll get into it, but yeah, one shot of the book overnight. Hey Thomas, hey Pop. We got all the friends are here tonight. Hey you guys.
Look at everybody.
Yeah, hold up the omnibus again. So everybody can see. Yeah, we got a couple new joiners.
Yes, look at it. It shines. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
And I gotta show off the maps.
You gotta show off the maps again.
The map. This is map number 1. This is map number 2.
Yes. Yeah, so cute. Okay. Well, let's get into Otherworldly just a little bit. Main character Nora wakes up in the well, she's not Nora. She's somebody from our world, right? She gets isekai'd into Nora's Dawn's body, right? Who is an 8-year-old child from a noble family that's second only to the queen of the land. The 8-year-old has a very lonely life. Her family's really cold. She doesn't really fit into the traditional molds of nobility. Doesn't get accolades. She's just kind of sad girl, right? The main character was a 28-year-old and is really upset about losing her old life, which I appreciate. Like all these people that get isekai'd and they're like, screw everybody back home. I didn't have any friends anyway. I'm like, come on, you guys.
You didn't have anybody. You didn't even have your cat. Come on,
right? Like,
lying.
Right? So, like,
you started. Sorry, I just saw that.
Excellent. Good job, Gary. Gold star. Yeah, Thomas, there's maps. It's so cool. Yeah. It's like map goals, right?
So many.
Yeah. Okay, so the woman that gets isekai'd had a fiance, she had a career, she had a family, and so she's pretty depressed. And so a large part of this book is the main character's emotional journey about like losing her family and like sharing a soul with this girl who's very lonely and everything coming together. And then also unlocking, killer shadow magic, right? Because lit RPG.
Yeah, shadow magic, weaving magic. I like to call it magic as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, and when we say sad girl magic, I think of like kind of emo-y, whatever. But this is actually like one of the crunchier lit RPGs I've read in the last month or so. So like if you like crunch, this is a book for you, right? I mean, there's just you give a lot of stat updates and progression and stuff. It is very much a lit RPG. So I just want to call that out. Yeah, and
the my favorite part about the way I kind of did the system is that it's almost the antagonist, right? So it's very much neutral in how it phrases things, if not positive. But the timing of it, the way it interacts with her life, it is her main op.
Yeah.
She does not like it.
Yeah. There's like, she gets some skill ups for basically being tortured, emotionally tortured. She's like, what the WTF? Why did I just skill up? Because I had a moment. Thanks. I'm like melting down. Skill up.
Yeah. Like, cool. You're like relatively sane and you went through this. Level 4.
Yeah. Looks like Morpheus has joined us too. Woo! Hey Morpheus. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to some of the art on the cover. So this is the hardcover art for book 1. And
oh my
Morpheus
gosh,
is so our man here. I love it. One of the things I love about Morpheus's art is the 3D effect, like her reaching for the knitting needles here.
If I had it, I could show you. Like, I don't have the physical hardcover, but it comes with a dust cover where the thread connects to noir. So the dust cover is noir. And
that's amazing.
Book 2 is Hayes, who I think you meet in book 1. Yeah, so it's book 2 is Hayes, which is the panda, and book 3,
which you meet at the very end of book 1.
Yeah, and book 3 is a special third character that you meet in book 2.
Yeah, which we can't spoil because I haven't met yet. Yeah, just saying. But yeah, love the 3D effect on the art.
It looks so good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so we did all 3 of the covers as her falling in different emotional states, right? That was Morpheus's idea, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, seriously, guys. Oh yeah, it's the cover of his tablet wallpaper.
Love it.
I felt so blessed when he told me that. I was like, Nora, and also it's his art, right? So it makes sense. But I was like, Nora.
It's cool that you have like you know your artist's favorite art is your art. Right. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. We've got a few more people joined us. Hey Lance, hey Jimuzu. I don't know. You correct me if I'm saying that wrong. But yeah. Thanks for joining.
Kickstarter for all people. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any help I can get towards it is great. We're already at 40% funded, and it's only been a day.
Yeah, which is super exciting. So if you are doing the Kickstarter, or if you can't, please share it, right? Because the more eyes, I mean, the biggest problem that authors have is just getting eyes on their books. Like we can sell our books to the right audience if the right audience knows we exist, right?
Yeah.
So just share the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk. So first of all, I see you at a con this year, what should I call you? Allie, Allora Lee, Mistress of the Night, Sad Girl Magic? What do you want?
So you can call me Allie or Allora Lee if you want to go full name. That's not my government name, but if you go to my Kickstarter, it's out there. It's Alexandra, but you can call me Allie or Allora. I'll answer to anything, basically, even slightly adjacent to Al.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, Laura, thanks for joining. Let's talk about the story first. So I mentioned that this isn't your average LitRPG. I just want to be clear to everybody. It's absolutely LitRPG. But it's this is what I love about our genre is that people are constantly pushing the definition of like what is a story, like what do we care about, like, and you know, there is a lot of just fighting. There's just a lot of like power up, kill a monster, kill the bad guys, like fighting in
so much fighting, which don't get me wrong has its place, right? Like sometimes you just love a good like beat down. But sometimes you want to get into the nitty-gritty emotional consequences of something.
Yeah. And so that's what this is about. So first, let's start at the beginning. Our main character gets isekai'd not from Earth, but from another world, which while I've read that in other isekai novels, you're very like obvious about it, right? Like the main character's world has magic and just a different way of living, and she gets isekai'd into this other world that is not Earth either and has a different way of living. So talk me through why isekai somebody from not Earth. Like what was your thinking there?
So my thinking was there a lot of times when you take someone from our world that has no magic, that has no like science that is so evolved that it's like magic, sometimes you can use that as a crutch for like emotional repression, right? You can be like, oh, well, I've lost everything, but at least I have magic now. But when you already have magic, and now it's confined into something else, that's even worse.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I make this worse for Nora?
Like, how can I torture her more?
Yeah. But also I loved, so it's important to know that there's actually going to be 4 total series in Otherworldly, like each with a reincarnated main character. They all come from a different world with magic.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Well, and I imagine so there's the magic, while both worlds have magic, it works very differently from each other. And you play around with that too to make it more frustrating, which is fun as well.
So I decided to make, because it's a slow burn, but it's really good. Thank you. Oh my gosh, sorry. I just read the comment that Jamuzu just put. It's like, thank you. So the magic system in Gargantua, in Maeve, is all runic based if it's not attached to the system. And so it's a very strict, like in order to learn magic, there's a lot that goes into it if you don't already have like a skill that's based on magic. And that, whereas her original world was very freeform, it was like you can just casually do it. It was more like Avatar almost.
Yeah.
With the bending. And so it was another way to show that this new world has put restrictions on Nora, has capped her in all the sense of the word.
I mean, I've only read book 1, but it seems like the new world's magic might be more powerful, but it does take like more effort to actually accomplish, where the first world that she's from is more like cantrips, like you can do small stuff all over the time, but you know, the bigger stuff is
So in the original world, because their science was so far progressed, they actually stopped using their magic. And there's some other stuff that it gets revealed later on about what's happening. But it's like very far down the line that gets revealed. But yeah, so they only use so little magic. And it's more like fun little party tricks than it is like, or like having it's like the equivalent of a taser, right? Like you can tase you and your friends with it and you're still going to be fine. But I don't know why that was the example I used.
The example.
My brother-in-law used to tase
this book has very little violence in it.
Yeah, and very little violence in it.
I love
2
it.
and book 3 have a lot more violence in it, but not a lot more, some more violence in it.
Yeah.
But
well, one of the other differences in this book from other LitRPG books and Isekai books is that the 8-year-old that body that she gets isekai'd into, there's remnants of Nora, the original 8-year-old there. And there's a lot dedicated to these souls not really talking to each other, but trying to integrate their respective experiences in life.
There's a lot of clashing. So, and there's physical remnants of the original Yunora, right? There's her anxiety about how she's perceived. There's the longing for the love of her family. Because at the end of the day, the original Yunora was only 8 years old. Like, she didn't understand what was being done to her was so wrong.
Yeah.
Right? And meanwhile...
It's such a good juxtaposition, right? Because you have this adult who can see the family being just utter jerks to this little girl who doesn't deserve it, right? And then you also see the little girl who just internalizes all of it. It's just like, right? Yeah.
And she can see it and she does not forgive them for it.
Yeah.
And that's a theme throughout the whole first trilogy, really. She does not take them and say, hey, you did this terrible thing, but I'll forgive you for it, or I'll burn you to the ground. Like, you don't mean anything to me. Yeah. Like, you're just people who have wronged this body, right? But I'm this body now. So just go away.
Yeah. Which is brilliant. I love it.
Better she kicks Raphael on the shins.
Yeah.
I mean...
one of the other things that you have in this book is in LitRPG, a lot of times we have the stakes are huge, right? We have gods involved, and you don't shy away from having gods involved. But instead of being the chosen one of one god, you have these 2 elemental gods of chaos and order that are kind of fighting for. It's kind of got like a bet writing on how she's gonna turn out here. And you know, it's the devil and the angel on the shoulder, sort of, except not exactly. Yeah.
It's almost because they're so hands off, right? All they really did was bring her here, and the bet is what she does once she's here. And they can't do anything. They can't interact with her outside of what they've already done. And so she kind of just has this like resentment towards them. She doesn't want to be order and she doesn't want to be chaos, but the only choice she has is to go in the in-between, because she's not always going to pick one or the other. That's not how life works. And so as long as she's not following in the original Yunora's footsteps, what does that mean for her? And does that mean she's being controlled by a god? And there's a lot of existentialism about that and like what fate really means. And not to mention the goddess of fate is not pleased.
Yeah. which is just adds another element into all of it, right? Yeah. So if you haven't garnered that this is not your just typical LitRPG, hopefully you're getting the hang of that. But I have in my notes, let's talk about that fight scene in book 1, which is which is a joke because the fight scene, right? Because
it's literally a magic missile and she dodges it and then she goes, "You're stupid."
Right? Yeah.
That's not exactly how it goes, obviously, but
yeah, but
that was the equivalent of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that in this book, it's not so much the physical violence between the character and people. Maybe there's emotional violence, I would say, that's enacted against her, but it's not a continuous, fight dungeon, and that really serves the book and what you're trying to do. I as somebody who reads a lot of fight dungeon, at no point was I bored. Obviously I one-shotted the book, so yeah. But was that a intentional choice? You said there's a little bit more violence and fighting and stuff in book 2 and 3.
So for anyone who's read book 2 or 3, they know there's very little. Yes, A Burned Heart is more traditional LitRPG with fighting with Freddy and being stuck in a dungeon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Otherworldly, there's very little actual fight scenes because the main focus is truly her against her own mind, right? Mm-hmm. She needs to come to the ability to heal. She needs to accept where she is. She needs to do all that. And that's truly the main. There is an antagonist over books 2 and 3. And it's appropriate for her age and level. But that's not truly the main focus. The main focus is Nora being Nora and accepting that and realizing that even though there's so much that's gone wrong, she has to find the silver linings. Yeah. Otherwise, she's just going to fester.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's life, right?
Yeah. Well, when I first started writing this book, I was in a really dark place. It was in 2021.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so mean to Nora. In my Discord, somebody once was like, "Damn, can't you give her a break?" And I said, "Sometimes the puppy needs to be kicked."
Ouch.
I know. They put that in a out of context server quotes channel. And I was like, rude, but yes.
You need t-shirts. Sometimes the puppy needs to be kicked. Yeah, you need t-shirts.
Well, it was 2021, so the pandemic was still ongoing. I was having a really rough time. I'd quit my job. I'd moved across the country alone. There's a website for authors who kick puppies. Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah.
And so I was in a dark headspace, and the original draft of Otherworldly that covered books 1 through 3 was only 120 pages.
Okay, yeah. So you added some words in there.
I added quite a bit.
Yeah, hold up that omnibus again, because that's all about it.
Well, I'll show you the stack of books.
A little bit more than 120 pages. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1,400 pages total, or I think maybe more. No, 14. Yeah, I think it's 14.
So when you edit, you're additive.
Yeah. So this one time I was additive. Usually I'm not.
You're additive. No, I'm multiplicative.
Yeah, I'm exponential.
Yeah.
Exponential.
Yeah.
And so I went to edit it. Well, I'd put it up on Royal Road in 2021. It was only 13 chapters. Okay. It was 120 pages. I mean, it wasn't very long, but it covered all that stuff. That's what was supposed to be. Book 1, 2, and 3 was supposed to just be book 1. And then I was like, no. Oh, yeah, I did learn how to do GIFs in Discord. Oh, wait. Maybe they're talking about something else. I don't know. I need to stop paying attention to the chat.
Yeah.
It just distracts me. I may have a little bit of ADHD.
I think, yeah. It's okay. We all have a bit.
Yeah, we all have a touch of it.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about
Yeah.
Okay, help us out. Something shiny. Yeah, Brian, right on with that.
We were talking. Oh, right, how long it got.
Oh yeah.
So
Multiplicative.
Well, I had put it up on Railroad. It was so short. I actually made a choice that Nora used steel nerves in a way that a lot of people disliked. And I was confused because I was like, it was totally in character for her when she did it. And I was like, I don't know. But enough people were saying it that I actually took a second and I was like, okay, I'm going to like rework it. And then when I reworked it, I wound up adding quite a bit of content of her actually at the manor, which is what made book 1. Mm-hmm. Originally, that was 2.5 chapters.
Wow. I mean, I could see how you could condense it down to like, here's the...
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really leave...
Here's the Isekai chapters.
Yeah,
you know, but...
But the thing is, I kept the same tone throughout those 13 chapters, right? Mm-hmm. It was very much like all of book 1 is, and the healing was gradual as it is currently in the series. But because it covered so much, whenever I went to go and edit it, I felt like it wasn't doing justice to the healing process. Mm. And so when I went back, it just kind of happened. I don't know how book 3 got to be like 120,000 words. That is like, that's so many words.
It is.
I didn't know I knew that many words.
I mean, I've written a couple books that are in like the 80,000 words, and then my release coming out this month is 140 some, and you don't think about how big a book that is until you're like holding the book and you're like, oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know. Like, what is this one? Like, so, okay, another thing is my books are small physically. They're the paperbacks. They are 4.25 by 7 inches.
So what was behind that decision? You gotta share.
So yeah, so I used to get them printed through an independent printer that did mass market paperback size. And I was obsessed with it. And Amazon let me custom do it. It's custom. This paperback, it's a custom size. The only thing I paid for is that it's not wide distribution on the paperbacks. Only wide distribution on the hardcovers, which is fine. Yeah. But it's so cute. It's so cute. It's like a brick.
Yeah, it's like an old like Wheel of Time or Terry Goodkind or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the mass market paperback sizes.
Yeah.
Like, look, it's so cute. Mm-hmm. It's like the size of my hand. It's adorable. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And it's so different from everybody else in our genre that's like 5.5 by 8.5 and like 9,000 pages long. And I'm like, I have my teensy tiny little book 1, so it'll get your toes wet. And then you can read my long.
Here's the teaser. Like,
here's the teaser.
You know, but it fits the book too, because it's, again, you're like genre breaking in a lot of respects, and so having the different size is kind of like hey, pay attention to me, but also like forewarning, this isn't your average LitRPG.
Yeah.
Right?
And a lot of it it doesn't break the mold, I don't think, but it tests the mold a lot. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of LitRPG is so fight centric that this was just like an emotional fight the whole time. And
yeah, we've got a question for that.
Yeah, we've got a question for that.
Yeah.
And I had always looked at it and I was like, I would love to hear more about how they're devastated, how they've lost something. Like even in like the really, really popular LitRPGs from back in the day that made the genre, right? You don't get that emotional turmoil until later in the series. Mm-hmm. Like
if ever. Right?
If ever.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you don't get it until you're like 2,000 pages in. Mm-hmm. Like across books, right? You're at book 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, and it can be kind of jarring. And like, because I'm a very emotional, introspective person. So whenever I read something, I'm looking for that introspection.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote the Isekai transmigration that I wanted to read, which was Sad Girl Magic.
Yeah. I think that maybe tells us a little bit about, your emotional state at the time of writing it.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah, I get it too, because like sometimes you're reading these LitRPGs and you're like, is everybody just a psychopath?
Yeah.
I have no relationships that matter, and also I'm just gonna kill a bunch of people. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say there is one thing you probably won't ever see in like Otherworldly, A Shattered Awakening, and that is like murder. Like cold-blooded murder. You're probably not going to see that. I don't think it's necessary for
I think it would be really jarring from this character.
Yeah, from this character it would be so jarring, especially because as we get to know Nora, she's a good person, right? Mm-hmm. Truly, she is just very sad. And she doesn't know how to channel that. But as we get further in the series, we see how she treats other people outside of like the circle of the abusers, right? Mm-hmm. And we get to see how she is genuinely a good person. And she's considerate and she's not very class savvy in the sense that she doesn't really care about the caste system, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of modern sensibilities that are put into Nora that I just don't think seeing her brutally murder like a bunch of bandits is going to be.
Yeah. Like sad girl, lonely, hanging up people from their entrails. It just doesn't.
Yeah, you're just not going to see it.
No.
I'm not saying there's not going to be death and there's not going to be fight scenes. There's not going to be stuff like that because let's be honest, it's a dangerous world Nora lives in. Mm-hmm. Okay, things are going to happen.
Yeah,
but I don't ever see her taking the anti-hero approach.
Well, and there's a difference between like defending yourself and flat out murder, right?
Yeah, and some of them get to the whole flat out murder part of it.
Yes.
And I'm like, but you didn't have to kill them. I mean,
yes.
There are other ways to do just desserts that are like way worse. Like,
I think that murder, I feel like we end up in this place of murder or torture so quickly, and you skip over just a whole plethora of other ways to get.
Yeah. Because there are like a lot of ways to socially ruin a person, to like not necessarily torture them to physically ruin them, but like, in defending yourself, you break their arm. Like that's pretty debilitating. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
maiming is a legitimate option, you guys.
Yeah.
More like, maiming.
Yes, more maiming.
We'll just have a t-shirt of this interview in the quotes. Yeah, more maiming.
Yeah, more maiming, and sometimes the puppy needs to be kicked.
Right. Yeah. All right. So we've got another question from the audience. The question is, how do you decide on a character's name?
So that's a good question. It depends on the character. So, specifically in Nora's family, I picked their names less off of truly the world I was building and more off of their general like vibe. Like when I think of a Raphael, I think of someone who gets angry, mostly because I've seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, Raphael was pretty violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I think of it, like, I don't know, sometimes the names just come to me. I'm like, who do I know that I personally think is a sociopath?
You can't admit that. You can't admit that.
I don't do that. Though I do think of names and I'm like, if I met a person named like that, I would think they're a sociopath. Hence why we get Evelyn. I do not think Evelyns are inherently nice.
I worked with a jerk named Todd like 20 years ago, and I try to fit a Todd into every book. It's just like, yeah, Todd.
So I've done a thing where I actually did name a character after a friend I had. Actually, I've named many characters after friends I've had, actually. Many characters. However, I had a very big falling out with this friend, and she's still a character in the novel.
That's rough, right? Yeah.
Like, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore.
You're like, now I have to write, 80 pages about this person's character that I
don't want to like. I don't want to like.
You can't kill her.
I don't want to kill her.
Yeah, you can't maim her. You can't maim her.
Yeah. I don't want to kill the character. I don't want to destroy her character via this character that I've named after this. Like, this person that I had a falling out with, we're still like, I would say, in like the possibility for reconciliation, right? Yeah. I don't wish her ill will, right? Yeah. And so I don't want to write this character in my book and then just be like, and so is evil now.
She's a secret villain all along.
She was a secret villain. Like, she is going to be equally as complicated as all the other characters I write, but it is like a mistake to pick names of people you know. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
You never know what'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
well, Brian wants to know if there's zombies.
No. Well, okay. So Sato says there's a thing called a brag that is described a little like a zombie. It's not a zombie. It's like
spoiler.
It's not described like a zombie either. It just has a still beating heart after it's killed. I don't know what to tell you with that. So it's more like a kobold or like a goblin.
Okay.
Which arguably
I'm not sure Sato that this helps, right? We know it's edible.
Yeah, so that arguably makes it worse than what I just said. But that's a plot point in the book.
I agree, BJ.
The plot point in the book is like really disgusting that she had to eat it. It was the whole thing.
I'm like, there's no violence. It's not a disgust now. Yeah. Here we're eating goblin zombies. Okay, so emotional arc. So my last point of like how this breaks the mold sometimes of just hack and slash LitRPG is that the emotional arc is prioritized for the main character over it's not even the progression arc, because the emotional arc is part of the progression, right? And I just want to say I love that.
I've heard it described as social progression.
Mm-hmm.
Where rather than, because she's still like leveling up, she's still doing all the things, right? Like, we're still getting system notices that she's like working on her skills. We're still getting notices about like passive skills leveling up. We're still seeing her change and grow throughout the book. It's just not the same way you would typically see a LitRPG protagonist grow.
I mean, there is a lot of sneaking around and stuff too, which goes with
There's a lot of windows.
Yeah. All right. So the cast for book one is pretty narrow. We spend almost the entirety of the book with Nora and her family servants. They're all pretty much jerks. I say this because my favorite character is the stuffed animal, the stuffed bunny. She animates Noir. Can you talk about Noir a little bit? And then I definitely want to talk about my favorite scene that like it made me tear up. So yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So Noir is a mix of things. He's not really like just a sentient knit bunny, right? Yeah. We kind of learn more about it later on about what he really is, but the skill itself, shadow animation, is hey Jared. Sorry. I need to stop looking at the chat. I did it again. I was doing so good.
You were.
So good. And okay. Backtrack. Noir, yes. So he knows what Nora knows because he comes from a part of her, and that's how the skill describes it.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me how each animation, when the animation comes, they act all different each time. They're not always going to be the same personality, because in the skill itself, there's like a personality set. It's, I don't know. I love him. I think he's great. And he's her emotional crutch.
Yeah. So when and this is the fun thing about writing a book, is you put it out there and people read it and experience it maybe different than how you intended. But there's the very first time that she animates Noir, and it totally caused me to tear up, because she's just like this lonely, like, needs a friend, and she animates the bunny. I don't remember what the command word she gives it, because she gets a command word, but it's like,
I think she says like "come to me" or something.
Yeah, like "come to me" something. And what it felt like is that the Noir sensed what she really needed, which was a hug, right? Like she really just needed a friend and a hug. And so she keeps like pushing the stuffed animal away, trying to get it to do what she wants it to do, and it just keeps running at her and hugging her. And it just like hugs her for 10 minutes straight. And I was just like, all she really needed was a hug. Like,
so
my spouse is gonna like wakes up and I'm sitting there like snuffling with us book.
That scene is very indicative of what the animations do for Nora. They hear her words, but they hear her like intents as well. It's not just one level of the command. So Nora was broken and needed some kind of contact, right?
She needed
and
that.
Nora was like, I'm gonna fulfill this command in the best way possible.
Yeah, and it's so cute because she keeps trying to push the money away, and it's like hanging on her arm, hugging her. It's like, she's like, go over there, and it runs to her, and it's it's a very
it chucks it across the room. It just comes bebopping back.
He kicks the puppy, and the puppy comes back.
Kick the puppy, and the puppy comes back.
Okay, so I don't want to. We've talked about the emotional journey a lot, but I don't want to sell your system short. Nora's progression is outlined and mapped. She gains a class, several levels and skills. Talk to me about the system for this world. Do you have a spreadsheet? It looks like you do.
Do I have a spreadsheet?
Yeah.
What kind of a question is that? I have so many spreadsheets. I have spreadsheets for people that we only see one time. Now, I don't have their class picked out or anything. I just have like a couple skills, like what they do, like vaguely. But so many spreadsheets. Yes. And I also have a master doc of her status, which gets kind of chunky in the later books.
Do you keep it? I struggle with this because I'm also a spreadsheet girly, like 100%. But like what's hard is how, especially the main character's status changes over time. Do you have like different tabs for different time periods, or how do you keep track of that?
So I have like a formula that I do, so I can, if I ever need to know what her status was at any given point in time, like her numbers, I just put in what level she was at the time, and it automatically calculates them based on because you remember the classes.
We're gonna have to talk about that after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will teach you to do that.
Yeah, that's because so I'm assuming that you kind of have like each level is just a formula, and so then you can that's genius.
Yeah, because in her first tier class, which with the implication with having a first tier class is there's a second tier and third tier and whatever, they all have different amounts of stat points that they give out. So the first 1 through 20 is her first tier class. And then it resets and you have to re-level up to 1 to 40. But you keep all your stats from your first tier class. But the second tier gives you more stats. So every time she levels in her first tier, she gets the same amount of stat points. And so I've built it in to where it's easier to do. She does gain and lose a couple of points in different places throughout the books, which I have to manually edit because they're not like they're
special
a one-off.
Asterisks for yeah.
But yes, so I have my fun little tippity tappity, and I put in little numbers, and they just go boom.
I must say that like of all of the authors I've talked to, I don't think anybody that I know of really was like, yeah, no, it's really just a formula, Reck. I'm like, my mind is like, my brain's like, there's like steam coming out of my ears. You just can't see it. Like, okay, all right, yeah, that's how you do it. All right, folks, if you have any questions for Allora, please put them in the chat. I would love to get your questions answered. Hopefully we're doing a good job getting you to understand Otherworldly, because it's it's a lot of fun. And you can always do like me and just read it in a night. And
yeah.
The first book is a little bit shorter, so
the first book is like 250 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like 240 pages. Yeah. And so it's not hard to get through. It's on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. And if you'll know if you like it by the end of the 240 pages. Yeah. You'll know if you're liking the trajectory of it.
I suspect it's one of those books that you either are like, yes, this is all, I'm all for it, or you're like, nope, not for me, and moving on. Yeah.
And typically you find out if it's nope, not for me in the first 7 or 8 chapters.
Yeah.
Like in the first 50 pages, you know if you can stick around for it, because it's not comfortable all the time to read, nor a struggle.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
My favorite review I've ever gotten says it's like chewing shards of glass in a good way.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's part of the genius of it, and because I think the genre as a whole sometimes likes to pretend that these like physical challenges are like as hard as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And this really digs into the emotional challenges, right? And like showing toughness and resiliency, and like that like ability to just like wake up in the morning, get out of bed, right? So it's just a good juxtaposition. All right, we've got some questions that have popped up. Cover art. Yeah, so Alicia wants us to talk about the cover art again a little bit. We talked about it a little bit, Alicia, but we've got Morpheus here tonight too. So
yes, we do.
Yeah, let me bring up the.
Bring it back up.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Boom. So here's the.
This is sorry. I did not mean to
go for it. Go for it.
This is book 1's cover art. So when Morpheus and I were working on book 1 through 3's hardcovers, we were like, we want them to be cohesive in the sense that we want to show her progression through movement. Oh my gosh. And he is a genius. I was like, I want her to be falling, but I don't know what that means. And then he made her look amazing. Look at her. She's so good. I love it.
And then you can see the progression to book. You want me to put book 2 up? Yeah. So here's book 2.
That's actually book 3.5.
Oh, sorry.
She's
in a much better place.
But she is in a much better place. You can like see like a lot of her powers have popped up. Like there's a lot of spoilers in this cover, actually, now that I think about it.
1 or 2, but it's okay.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can see her emotional change throughout it. Like on book 2, when she's falling, she's a little bit more scared rather than angry or sad. And on book 3, she's excited. She has things to look forward to. You can kind of see how her emotional healing is going. And then in book 3.5, you see her just vibing. She's doing her thing. She's having a good day. This is a fully
actualized, like, human. Yeah.
This is a person who has like lived. And so yes.
So
I also have the paperback covers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me make you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make you. No.
I also have the paperback covers, which were done by a woman named Zaya Nalenthi in the UK. And let me pull up the other ones. So we have these 2 and this one. I don't have the hardcovers with me, but so we kind of kept the same softness from the original paperback covers when we were doing the hardcovers, me and Morpheus, because that vibe was very much ingrained into the books, because that stylistic choice of like kind of having a softer cover versus what was happening inside the book was kind of like a narrative tell.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Jared wants to know, which chapter did you produce during his podcast?
That was chapter 1 of Otherworldly: A Shattered Awakening, Dawn in a New World. I still remember because I literally cried when the audiobook narrator, I think her name was Jess, or Jen, I don't remember. It started with a J though. When she produced it, I literally cried. I was like, oh my God, it's an audiobook. And yes, we're getting audiobooks, Morpheus. Currently, book 1 of Shattered Awakening is in editing. Like, the audiobooks are in editing.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be coming out within the next month. So Rebecca Brockhouse-Sands is doing the audiobook for A Shattered Awakening. And Cricket the narrator is doing the audiobook for A Burned Heart. And so, those are both coming out within the next few months.
That's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Oh, actually, yes. So on Royal Road, I took suggestions for characters and like little like things they could do. And I got a lot of really great responses because I was like, I really want to show like some of the more like mundane classes and things like that. And like how they like a small skill can really like lead you to a path further on in life. Like we see it with Nora with her weaving skill. Like you can progress a skill so far that you're superhuman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even without leveling up your main class. And so I was like, give me some like common class stuff that you would want. And one person gave me if the chef had a niece who had the passive skill Daydream. And I said, bet, and she makes an appearance twice in the book.
Yes, that's amazing.
And in book 4 and 5, they start coming up as different characters. They're few and far between because I don't want to use them all, right? Like that's just too many characters.
Yeah.
I got like 20 responses, I think. I got so many. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny because sometimes when I engage with my fans, they're like nervous. They're like, it's your story. It's your story. I don't want to be, and it's like, yeah, but like, it's still going to be my story. If you like, would I ever think of a chef that chef's niece that daydream?
It was so
like,
cool.
It's just nice spice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to like limit those questions to my Patreon and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I have more fun when everybody in the community gets to participate.
Yeah.
And that's why I have all these polls in my chapters. Although they did not. Okay, everyone thinks I did this. Everyone thinks on Royal Road, I made a poll for who their favorite knight was. And they all think it was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what the conspiracy was, but because you haven't read the later books. But
okay, I'll read a couple more books and I'll message you and be like, all right, what was
you'll be like, it was a conspiracy.
Yeah, what was the conspiracy? I love it. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So let's flip the narrative here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's how many books are out right now? There's like 5.
There's 4 out in Otherworldly and 1 out in A Burned Heart, with the second A Burned Heart book coming out this month, and officially book 5/4 of Otherworldly comes out in October.
Okay. And do you have like a plan like for each series to end at a certain number-ish, or is it kind of
yes, and unfortunately it's a crazy number.
Okay. What's the crazy? Give us the number.
Each of the 4 heroes, there are 4 of them.
Okay. Are you having a series per hero, or?
Yeah, they're all different subgenres of LitRPG, actually.
Okay.
So we have Nora, which is a psychological
sad girl
horror
magic.
Almost.
Yeah,
sad girl magic. We have Freddy, that's mad girl magic. And then we have Ren, who is political grimdark. That's his novel. And we have Rowan, who has just a series of heist novels.
Okay. Yeah.
And they've all been brought here by different gods for different reasons. And so that's like what kind of Like, Ren was a paladin in his old world, and he was brought by the goddess of faith. But immediately upon seeing her, he goes, "You're not any goddess I worship." And she like yeets him down to the world. She goes, "No,
typical paladin.
It was a mistake."
That's funny.
Whereas Rowan was like a thief, and he's brought into the world by this god, and he's like, "You got to steal something for me." And he goes, "What do I need to steal?" And he goes, "You're not good enough yet, so I'm not gonna tell you." So he makes them steal a bunch of stuff to get better at stealing with skills.
Yeah.
And so it's just a series of heist novels.
So you didn't say
12,
a number. Yeah,
12
I was gonna say
each.
That's ambitious. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very ambitious. So all of Nora's story is plotted out from 1 to 12.
Are you gonna like finish her arc and then finish the other arcs?
So originally I was gonna try and do them concurrently. That didn't work out so
Nora's
well.
first quarter, Freddy's second quarter, Ren's third quarter.
Like they're all like, it's very difficult. Okay. And I have to know what happens. So I have like this plotting document for all of them because the first trilogy for each of them is plotted out. And they go in trilogy sections. So there's each trilogy's different stage of their life, right?
And is 3.1 one of the 12 books, or is that just a bonus?
No, that's just a bonus one that I did.
3.5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a bonus one that I did. Not
12 books.
12 books, yeah. Don't at me like that. That was rude. But then books 13 through 15 are all together.
Okay.
There's an Avengers style team up.
Yeah. The crossover.
Yeah, and that's the finale of the series.
That's going to be cool. That's a cool structure. I love that. Yeah. I love it when you have books that, like you have to, you like regretfully have to say goodbye to a character, but then they show up in these, the next character's books. Yeah.
We have a baby.
We do have a baby.
We have a baby. Are you going to say hi, Bert? Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Yeah. He has polydactyl toes, so he has like a hand. Okay. No.
Don't mind us. We're on a quick break. Yeah.
Did you hear me say no bad?
Yes. Yeah. That was comical. Yeah. Okay. Achievement unlocked. Our first, cat exit from the main stage. Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Couldn't have planned it.
I'm just like,
it's
BJ's
fault.
And
she goes, and Bert listened. Yeah.
Bert said, "I am a chaotic gremlin, just like Freddy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna be at JordanCon and LitRPG Con?
Yes, so I'm gonna be at JordanCon, I'm gonna be at LitRPG Con, and I'm going to be at MegaCon for a day just as an attendee, as well as DragonCon as attending professional and a vendor.
Dang.
So
yeah.
I do a lot of small conventions as well in my locale. So I'm based out of right outside Orlando, Florida. So I do a lot of small conventions in the Orlando, Melbourne area.
Okay.
As well as in Jacksonville and Tampa and stuff like that. So if anybody's in Florida, for any period of time, and they want to see if I'm doing a convention, it's more than likely the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because I do 2 a month.
I also have done quite a few book conventions and stuff too. And I've had a lot of luck at them. I mean, a lot of authors don't do book conventions, and they're missing out. There's a lot of sales and pitching and just meeting people that happen at those. Yeah. Do you want to talk about your experiences? Has that been your experience as well?
Yes, I love it. I mean, I do great. I mean, so the worst I've ever done was when I went to an outdoor festival, and it was in the oldest town of old people.
Mm-hmm.
and I sold 6 books. Okay, but that is an anomaly for me. I usually sell like 25 to 40 books in a single 5-hour period.
Yeah.
Like
same, except I went to an old town where it was the first year they let fiction writers in. It used to be nonfiction and kids books. So it was me and this other lady. Like, we do not look like the other.
we do not look like we belong.
Yeah.
So I do like a lot of comic and toy conventions. So like anything you think of like a con. So a lot of the toy conventions are just small comic cons. They don't say it that way, but they trade in like collectible toys and like Magic the Gathering cards and Pokemon and stuff like that. But they have a lot of other vendors there too. Yeah, and so there's like a lot of artisans, and there's sometimes an author or two. I'm typically the only author at most of those because people just don't know that they can. And I'm like, you can.
Right, yeah.
And people love it. They love to just randomly stumble across a book, and they're like, what does this have to do with Melbourne Toy and Comic-Con? And I'm like, oh, let me tell you about LitRPG.
Yeah.
It has a video game inside of it. It's like a let's play
I love those
that
conversations,
you read.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a let's play that you read.
Right. It's like let me tell you about my cult.
Yeah, and then inevitably I always get that, oh, it's like a choose your own adventure. And I'm like, no, it's not like that, actually. Not even a little bit.
No.
Inevitably I get that. It's really funny.
Yeah. No, that's Well, what are you looking forward to at like JordanCon or LitRPG Con at one of the next cons? Go ahead.
No, continue.
I personally want to see somebody cosplay Noir.
I know. So actually, there are 2 girls at DragonCon who picked up my book last year, read it, and then DM'd me and said, next year we're going to cosplay as Nora and Freddie.
Yes. Okay. If that happens, you got to post pictures and stuff. I want to see.
I know. If they do it, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to be like, oh my God,
yeah.
But, oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah. I think we need to, you're on the LitRPG server, right?
I am.
Yeah. We need to I think we all need to get together on that server and just like browbeat people into cosplaying.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we just need more cosplaying at LitRPG Con because I think, chef's kiss.
I agree wholeheartedly. And I didn't get to go to LitRPG Con last year, so I'm so excited for this year.
Yeah. So we got to all like surprise Allora and pretend like we were cosplaying all along.
So everybody has to cosplay, so I don't know the difference.
That's right. Yeah. We'll just be like, it's a magical cosplay world. Yeah.
No. And everyone gets to pick a different crocheted minion.
Yeah. There's actually Kels has made me like a crocheted. She crocheted me some slugs.
Oh my God.
The little slugs that you like pin
I'm obsessed.
Right. And then she made, because she's a big, she made a princess donut like 1 year at DragonCon.
I love it.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Oh my God. I have friendship bracelets that I give out if someone buys a book, and they're all themed after Otherworldly. So I have like Noir, Shade, Nora, the Dawns, Troya, Drea, the whole shebang.
Yeah, love it. Well, I'm not at this point in my reading. I'm not sure how you could get away with a Dawn's.
Nora is still a Dawn, okay?
But is she?
No, but
okay. So we're hitting the hour crazily. It's already been an hour. Can you believe it?
I know.
Yeah. But let's talk real quick. Your next release, audio and book wise, like what are your next releases? Do you have dates?
So I don't have the official dates for the audio, but they should be out late April, early May for A Shattered Awakening.
Yeah, perfect.
And Morpheus says he wants a crocheted version of the characters. I have a crocheted version of Noir. And my friend is making me one of Hayes. I'm so excited.
We need that crochet pattern to be out in the world is what we need.
Oh my God. So she made, first of all, it's so insane. It's so tightly knit that it like she didn't use any like stuffing or anything. It's just really firm because she's so good at it.
Wow.
It's crazy. And I'm like, I felt so blessed when she used iridescent yarn for the eyes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You gotta.
So
what you gotta do is like bring it and like pin it to your shoulder at the con. Yeah.
It just is always there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing. And she was just so awesome. But
next book. Yeah.
Next book is officially the release date is March 30th for Fiery Descent, but it's getting released as soon as it's finished.
Bam.
Because I had to push back the pre-order because I got stress paralysis.
I hate that. Yeah.
I know. I was like...
And Amazon is not forgiving.
No, Amazon's not friendly. And I was like, oh boy. So I pushed it back all the way that I could, just in case I had to push it back a second time, because they don't let you push it back a second time. It's one time.
No, you end up in like Amazon jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm like, so I pushed it back to 30.
We just had a secret reveal. I don't know if you knew this about Morpheus, but I did not.
You also write?
How can you be so talented, Morpheus?
Yeah.
How can you write too?
He also, oh my gosh, he also said if I had more time, I would translate your novel into Portuguese. I was like, Morpheus, how do you have so many talents?
Right? Yeah. What the heck, man? Yeah.
I currently have Morpheus and his girlfriend reading the Portuguese translation of Otherworldly, which I got specifically because his niece asked for it. That's
amazing. Love it.
I was like, one 12-year-old girl wants to read it. I was like,
I'm there for you, girl. Wish granted.
It's like, boom.
Yeah. Okay. What's the best way to contact you? Discord, Facebook? Where are you at?
So I'm on Discord. I'm Allora Lee, all one word. You can find me in my Discord server. I post my my elsewhere Discord server on Royal Road at the end of my chapters. So you can just go there. It's also on my Patreon pinned somewhere. But I'm Allora Lee, one word, if you ever just want to look me up and add me. Also, I'm Allora Lee Writes on Instagram. Follow me there because I only have 193 followers and it's kind of sad.
Yeah. Instagram's kind of the social media we all left behind.
Okay. Well, I didn't leave it behind. I'm old.
Oh God, you
and
can't be old.
In my ways.
You cannot be old. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I say that. I'm only 29. So
I was gonna say, like, there's just no way you're old. It's not. No.
But it's funny to say sometimes. I'm also TikTok on Allora Lee, but I don't post a ton on TikTok, though I'm trying to this month. I'm about to be insufferable on social media because I have this Kickstarter. Shiny.
Yeah, which is amazing. Go do the Kickstarter.
Go do the Kickstarter. It's Otherworldly, the omnibus. Kickstarter features it on projects we love. So
because it is adorable.
Because it's so good. Look at that. Maps.
Yeah, gorgeous maps. Tinfoil sides. Not tinfoil, but like shiny metallic sides.
Yeah, iridescence.
Yeah, iridescent. That's the word. That's why you're an author. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had one book to recommend Pop or somebody else, what would that book be?
I'm Not the Hero.
By
Tommy Kerper, Sour Patch Hero. So good.
Yeah, his stuff is good. I still haven't read the latest one. I'm like a book behind.
I read An Education in Magical Affairs, so I think it might be 2 books behind.
I think that's I think the last one I
Okay.
read.
Yeah. Is book 5 still in editing then?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of An Education in Magical Affairs, I started upping my writing schedule and I stopped really reading a lot of stuff. So I'm like super far behind. But for a long time I was on the Patreon and I like was obsessively
refreshing. Yeah.
Which is how I met Tommy.
Tommy's such a good guy.
I was in his Discord.
I don't think he's coming to JordanCon, which is a shame. Yeah, but at least we'll see him at LitRPG Con.
Yeah, we'll see him at LitRPG Con. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Well,
Anything else you want to tell everybody?
Thank you all so much for joining. And also thank you, Reck, for having me. It was awesome.
Absolutely. We're going to do this again. I can't wait to see you at Jordan Academy in person. Yeah. For those of you who follow Beyond Quest, my next podcast is going to be David Baxter on the 9th at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about, okay, I probably should have been reading AI Apocalypse, but I read Sundered Soul instead. So we're going to be talking about Sundered Soul instead of AI Apocalypse. And it's still going to be awesome because it's a Houston vampire lost in the magical world. It's fun.
Ooh,
yeah. But yeah, I missed the assignment though. It was like the ADHD of like, which books to see written. I'm just gonna read this one.
This one. That's like, funny.
Failed the assignment. I'm like, why is everybody else interviewing him about AI Apocalypse? Oh, the LitRPG one.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, not the vampire one. Oh my gosh. There's a lot. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for writing this lovely book. I'm looking forward to the omnibus and I can't wait to meet you. This is gonna be awesome. So
thanks for having me. And my forced heart thing. I learned this and it's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah,
I think I'm still the millennial, like yeah.
Well, I was trying to like stay young, right?
And you're so old.
Because I'm so old. Mm-hmm. And so my friend taught me what her teenager does, which is this.
Okay. That's the new heart.
This is what the 15-year-olds are doing, even though I'm like twice their age.
Yeah. My daughter will come up and go do that.
Oh, yeah, the Korean one? That they do this?
I'm like, to you too. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. See you next week. Bye. Have a good one, everybody.